right, so we're here just north of Ebisu, and this is where we're staying, in this waterfall. No, I'm just kidding. So in the house up there, and it's about 7 a.m. and we're gonna go head over to Ebisu, raise the car up a little bit in the front, shoot some stuff for BC, and to tell you guys how to set up suspension on all the different tracks. So it should be pretty rad, and we're definitely gonna be hitting Manami and catching some air today. So I'm stoked and a little bit worried about that. Alright, so today we're installing some BCs on the JZX100. BC was nice enough to send these over for us. These are actually Taylor Ray's. We spec'd them out and they were gonna put them on his car, but he didn't make it out this trip, so they got deboed. Alrighty, so as you can see, BC custom coilovers. Some extra stickers in there as well as the instructions. It's pretty straightforward on this car though, nothing too special. This is the one of the rear coilovers here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of shock stroke there. About 4.5, 5 inches usable plus the bump stop, so it's it's almost a 7-inch stroke shock. And this is your pretty much basic custom upgrade. So for a drift car right away, we usually do like a slightly longer stroke. We'll change the valving to decrease the compression and up the rebound a little bit to get the curve better and get better ride quality, as well as getting good forward grip instantly out of the shocks. Just basically so that this the knob here will do more of a compression change than the normal BCs. So these are about 75-25. As you adjust this, it would do 75% rebound, 25% compression. So getting down a little bit in the compression range is really going to help with the instant forward bite, and especially on jumps like at Manami and whatnot. So that's one of the rear ones, so we'll lay that out. And on the front, for this car, we're running a 16K front spring. Again, same thing, quite a bit of stroke there. It's going to be a little bit less in the front just because of the shock design. It's a little bit shorter, but we're still getting like over 115, 120 millimeters of actual usable shock stroke. For this 16K front, because it has car has like a 70% motion ratio in the front, which means this 16K spring is really something like a 13 or 12. So you lose a little bit of spring rate there. The front dampening is going to be pretty simple. It's the same thing, 75-25, but it's more of a standard shock, more of an off-the-shelf setup. So now we're about to install the coilovers in the car. It's pretty rad because like we're now in the pad that's kind of in the middle of Ebisu, so you can hear like cars down on Toge. If you look over the hill right there, you can see Manami and School Course, and then we just came down from North Course and Power Vehicles and a few other of the Nishi Long and a few other tracks that are down this way. So it's just kind of cool, like doing the install here. We found a flat, quiet place, but it's still like we're just around drifting the whole time. So it makes me want to work fast, get it done so I can go back out and drive. Now we have the coilovers on. Dude, it is so much better over the bumps. It feels like there's like a piece of rubber underneath me now instead of like iron. All right, so we got our BCs on. It made a little bit of a difference just cruising down here. You can tell the compression and the shock valving, it just rides a lot better. It sucks up a lot more of the bumps, but yeah, it gives you a lot more steering feel. Since we were unaware what the spring rates were on the previous tires, I can't really tell you what changed in that aspect, but it feels amazing right now. We cheated, took a lap on Toge just to make sure everything was tight before we came to Minami, because it's a little on the sketchy side. But, you know, we're gonna have some fun. All right, here we go. Way better over the jump. Still has a bounce to it, so we're gonna go ahead and adjust the dampers a little bit. So we're gonna add a few clicks to this side, so it helps with the bounce on the landing, and then we're gonna go back out and try it again. Feels way better, handles the jump way better. We have a lot more speed, a lot more grip by going up in that dampening on that one side. Since it's a big left-hander, it really smoothed out the rebound. And the reason I just went up on one side is because that's the heavily loaded side. We don't actually need as much compression and rebound on the other side. We're kind of catering to this spot of the track to maximize it, but the car feels amazing. It's way faster. Let's do another hit here. Perfect. Feels amazing. Woo! Feels super solid, right up on the wall. It's ridiculous. It just took all the bounce off of it, and it just drives fantastic now. While we were at Minami, I was having a little trouble getting out to the wall all the way. So I ended up adding some clicks to the back right shock. So I went up higher in the compression and rebound, and that allowed the car to not only bounce less and have a little bit more control over the spring and the weight of the car, but also to drive me out there by using a little bit less forward grip. So it worked awesome. Pretty much after one shock adjustment, the car was scraped the wall, tons of angle, everywhere we needed to be. It was great. Then we went up to North Course, and I was pretty much smacked in the face with how slow this car was. I've been driving solo all day yesterday, a couple little tandem battles here and there, but I was getting rolled at North Course on tandem. So immediately what we did was we took those clicks back out of the shock, so we went down in compression, down to like 10 from soft, and the car immediately was right up on everyone's door. I still wanted a little bit more, so that way I could have some control over driving up into their door. So I dropped the clicks down a little bit more on the back right, because it's mostly left-hand turns here. So I went down to 5 clicks from full soft in the back right, and then it was pretty much perfect. I was able to drive right up on everyone's door. I had enough grip where I could back it into every single turn, and then pull my way out of everything. I took the front shocks and went up a little bit to have a little bit more responsiveness in the front end. It's been absolutely amazing. I didn't have any adjustability before, so now I have some, and I can literally go to each track and just change the clicks because now I know the settings. So I'm pretty stoked on that. As far as chassis setup and car, we pulled the rear bar off the car because it had a massive one. I would like to have a small rear bar, but we were on the softest setting on this like 26mm suede bar. It's massive. So we just pulled the bar off completely and then went up a little bit in the tire pressure. So currently, as it sits right now, we're running about 24 PSI in our nittos. We are at 5 clicks from soft on the back right and 10 clicks from soft on the back left. And then we're running about 50 PSI of front tire pressure. So it's set up perfect, and now it's very, very adjustable for each track, and I'm pretty stoked on it.